A Yash Raj film is already controversy's favorite child, especially for its song Besharam Rang. So much so that some Hindu extremists have even threatened to burn SRK alive. The post-pandemic run has not been so great for Yash Raj films, and it has delivered flop after flop after flop. Will Pathaan be able to turn this around? In this episode of the Indian Billionaires Co., we will map the iconic legacy of Yash Raj films and discuss what the future holds for one of India's biggest production houses. From Ranveer Singh to Anushka Sharma, Yash Raj films have been the launchpad for several Bollywood A-listers. In fact, if you bagged a Yash Raj movie, it meant that you have arrived. And there's no denying that Yash Raj films are iconic, from the elaborate sets to the dreamy locations to the romance. It became the benchmark for every millennial kid. Yash Raj Films was founded on 27 September 1970, which is also the birth date of its founder, the legendary Yash Chopra. Since its inception, YRF has changed the way movies are made, marketed, and consumed by audiences. From its studios came some of the most iconic movies like Diwar, Silsila, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, Dil To Pagal Hai, and his last movie before he passed away, Jab Tak Hai Jaan. Yash Chopra passed away in 2012, but his legacy is carried on by his two sons, Aditya Chopra and Uday Chopra. Watching a movie on the big screen is an all-immersive experience, but the pandemic changed that forever. From going to the movies with your friends and family, audiences shifted to watch parties on streaming platforms. And even after the pandemic's restrictions waned, cinemas failed to draw large crowds. But why did this happen? According to me, there are two factors that are responsible for this. Number one, the cost to convenience ratio. You pay at least 170 rupees for a ticket, plus add to that any expense that you might make on snacks. So in total, you would pay at least 300 rupees to go out and watch a movie, and this is the absolute lower end of the cost you could incur, considering the amount of money theaters charge for popcorn nowadays. Now compare this to Netflix's 149 or 199 monthly plans, where you can watch several movies and shows within the comfort of your own home. At the end of the day, it all comes down to cost and convenience for users. Number two, the content. India's movie-going audience has changed. They are not looking for clear-cut hero, heroines and villains, but they are looking for grey characters, those that are relatable to them. With a plethora of shows available online, they now ask that one dreaded question by all movie makers. Is this movie worth going to the theatre for? And this question was less frequently asked before the pandemic. These two factors have played their role in the way business shifted for Yash Raj films as well. Let's see how. Between 2021 and 2022, they released films like Sandeep aur Pinky Farrar, Bunty aur Bubbly 2, Samrat Prithviraj, Jayesh Bhai Zordar, and Shamshera. But these just didn't click with the audiences. These didn't excite or incentivize audiences enough to leave their homes and go watch these movies in cinema halls. Let's see some numbers. Bunty aur Bubbly 2, which released on November 19, 2021, could net a measly 12 crore collection. The film's budget? 45 crore. Shamshera, at the end of its first week, had not even surpassed a collection of rupees 40 crore, while its budget was 150 crore. Jayesh Bhai Zordar, that released on May 13, 2022, even with the star power of Ranveer Singh, could just net rupees 16 crore against a budget of 90 crore. While Samrat Prithviraj, despite being made tax-free in 3 states, netted 68 crores since its release on June 3. Its budget? 150 to 200 crore. Even with these flops, YRF still made profits. Here's how. Unlike companies like Dharma that partners with studios like Foxstar and Viacom and then share the intellectual property rights between multiple entities, YRF is an intellectual property management company where 100% of the content they produce is owned by them. That means even if a film bombs at the box office, it still has great satellite or streaming value. With YRF owning 100% of the intellectual property, they can eventually make a huge amount of money through the streaming of these movies. Critics argue that the magic of YRF films hasn't been the same ever since the passing of Yash Chopra in 2012. But way before that, since the 2000s, Aditya Chopra has been in control and active on the business side of things. He helped convert a one-man production house into a studio. He set up distribution offices abroad, took charge of domestic distribution, set up a music studio, a home entertainment division, and studio facilities. He made all the moves that now ensure that Yash Raj Films owns and enjoys 100% of intellectual property rights. But directors like Anurag Kashyap in an interview to Galata Plus said that YRF's biggest problem is Aditya Chopra's sitting in a cave approach. He's not giving directors enough freedom, and that is one of the reasons the production house and its content is suffering. Due to his reserved nature, Aditya has always been the man behind the scenes. So who is the face of Yash Raj Films? Is it Uday Chopra, aka Ali of Dhoom fame? Besides a couple of confusing tweets, what is he up to anyway? He is currently the CEO of YRF Entertainment, a production company that develops, finances and produces feature films and television for the United States, international market and now OTT platforms in India, thus taking YRF to the global stage. That brings me back to my question. Who is the face of YRF? I would like to argue that it's the actors. How well Pathaan will do depends on how excited the fans are to see Shah Rukh Khan return to the big screen after a break of 4 years. But like I said, the Indian audiences have shifted. Now more than ever, Bollywood is being boycotted. Pathaan is no different, with its song Besharam Rang hurting the sentiments of some people who want the film's release to be stopped and the film to be banned. But film analysts like Komal Nahata believe that this bad publicity has only built up more excitement around the film. He predicts that the film will take an opening of a minimum 35 crore even with a midweek release, and that the opening weekend of the film will be in the range of 115 to 125 crore. However, SRK is not worried about these numbers. This is his dream project and his return to screens as an action hero. While responding to a Twitter user, he replied, "I am not in the business of predictions, but I am in the business of entertaining you and to make you smile." Yash Raj is banking on the spy universe that they are creating. Will SRK be able to work his charm once again? We'll have to wait and watch how Pathaan defines the future of Yash Raj Films. Will you be going to the theatres to watch Pathaan? Tell us in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Mashable India for more.
And cut!
Was that good? Should I take it again?
No, it's fine. What are the